When Venus was in retrograde in 2013, we've got June the 3rd. Okay, it's in retrograde in Cancer on the 4th. Gemini, it had a meeting with an M35 Messier star cluster around the same time. So I looked at the Gemini star and it says solar elongation is 17 degrees east. See that there? Now, according to my notes here, Earth's axial tilt for geomagnetic storm cells and tropical storm Andrea, June 5th to the 8th, 2013, are at 17 degrees west longitude. This is a transport of the constellation Gemini, who on the 4th of June 2013, distance was at 17 degrees east, and it was from Earth 1.6169, and the Sun, so I'm sorry, you can't see the print here, it's just terrible. The Sun is at 0.7186. The Sun's distances below 998 always seem to trigger CME solar storms from my research into the geomagnetic storm cells found on my blogs. The idea goes as WordPress, and also all the data up to October 2012 is on the Victoria Stafford A Psychic Investigation WordPress.com website. I got bored and I decided to start doing predictions on severe storm predictions on this blog, and then it got too full, so then I had to switch it to the other one. So that's what I did. Oops, wrong one. I got 10 blogs here. Let's go back to my little note here. Sorry, I got lost here like I always do. Okay, so on June the 13th, 2013, I decided to match this up with Venus in retrograde near Earth. When it passes near Earth, June the 5th, 2013. The same data as a tropical storm Andrea getting a burst of convection generating the tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. So again, we have a similarity there. Okay. It says Venus is in retrograde for 2013, June the 3rd. Okay. And then this happens 2 days later. There's a burst of convection. There's always seems to be a burst of convection around the same retrograde date for the storms. They'll start as a tropical wave or tropical depression, and then they'll generate into a tropical storm or hurricane within a couple days of Venus going into retrograde. So that's quite interesting. Since NASA's been talking about solar storms affecting the Earth, I've been blogging that information for the last year and a half, and I've got all the data for the cells and what happens when there's a CME or if there's a solar storm, how it affects the geomagnetic storm cells. So this is the same date as a tropical storm Andrea getting a burst of convection generating the tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. Again, I apologize for my crappy camera. Venus spins counterclockwise. It goes into retrograde, orbits to the left instead of right. Here, you can look at that data instead. It's got a glare on it too. That generates hurricanes, storms, tropical depressions, and tropical storms. Sorry, I missed a spot. Venus spins counterclockwise. This is my theory. It goes into retrograde, orbits to the left instead of right around Earth. This affects the jet stream, the solar winds, and the dark matter that generates hurricanes, storms, tropical depressions, and tropical storms. A theory by the Ideago says, June 13, 2013, NASA says the solar storms affect Earth. I've been blogging my findings into geomagnetic storm cell patterns that are affected by solar weather for 1.5 years now, started January 2012 to June 2013. So, some of you are going, what are geomagnetic storm cells? Well, let's just take a look and I'll show you. If you go to the IntelliCast website, there's these little green things on it. See these? And what these are called geomagnetic storm cells. What they're capable of doing is generating very severe weather. The blue cells are showing where there's hailstones. The green ones usually have heavy rain, lightning, high winds, thunder, you name it, they provide it. You get too many of them and you're going to have a really bad storm. So if we go with, sorry, I didn't have this ready ahead of time. So if I go to tornado, gotta remember how to spell it. Tornado cells. That's giant tornado. That's it. There we go. So I'm studying tornado cells this year. So those are high wind. These are high wind cells. These little green, yellow ones. Those are the hailstones, and these are the geomagnetic cells. Okay, so I'll go on to another video on that. I'll get some stuff ready for you.